All Coronation Street spoilers for subsequent week as Demise rocks Weatherfield. There's tragedy in Coronation Street in spoilers discovered for subsequent week, with a key individual dying, leaving a massive hollow in a loved-owned circle of relatives. Monday, May 5th. Julie movies herself on her phone. Speak me approximately the significance of love. George plans a romantic night to expose Eileen how a great deal he cares. However, Eileen's livid and reminds him that he turned into pre-purported to be taking her and Julie for a day trip on the lake. Having were given a cab, Eileen and Julie take with inside the view. Julie admits there may be nowhere she'd instead be. Meanwhile at number 11, George stumbles throughout a video wherein Julie advises Eileen to name time on her dating with George. At Julie's request, Eileen heads to the refreshment van. Eileen returns to discover Julie mendacity on her lower back together along with her eyes closed. In a panic, Eileen feels for a pulse. Todd tells Eileen and Julie he has had a name from Danielle as Theo has long gone missing. As a drunken Theo staggers down the street, Mick alternatives an issue with him and shoves him up towards the wall. Billy watches, horrified. Ronnie hauls Mick far from Theo and sends him packing, whilst Theo breaks right all the way down to involved Billy. When Dee-Dee admits to Eileen that she's fearful of turning into too connected to Layla, Eileen advises her to comply with her heart. Ronnie spots Dee-Dee cooing over Layla and is touched with the aid of using the sight. Dee-Dee admits to Aaliyah that she's commenced to bond with Layla. Aaliyah urges her to reconsider her plans and assures her that James will forgive her in time. Rita orders Jenny to forestall wallowing in self-pity and appearance to the destiny whilst she's nonetheless were given her health. Wednesday, May 7th. As an disenchanted Eileen mulls over Julie's demise, George concerns approximately Julie's very last message to Eileen and the destiny in their dating which most effective annoys Eileen further. Lisa tells Kit that they have got hauled in Mick on suspicion of an attack and she'd like him to behavior the interview. Kit masks his unease. As Kit enters the interview room he is without a doubt fearful and Mick's amused. Kit fails to impeach Mick in Element and says he is loose to go. Outside, Mick corners Kit and tells him they want to have a chat. When Theo's daughter, Millie, calls on the Undertaker's worrying a few solutions from her dad, Todd seems uneasy. Dee-Dee tells Michael that she's making plans to go back to paintings as she's feeling a great deal better. But whilst she unearths Roy with inside the cafe with a candlelit cake in honor of Haley's birthday, Dee-Dee will become emotional. Lauren tells Bobby that she hasn't acquired any extra threatening texts. However, she concerns the blackmailer is absolutely biding their time. Friday, April 9th. Todd hears the automobile alarm at the hearse and is going to investigate. Locating it blanketed in paint, Todd's stunned to find out it turned into Millie who vandalized the hearse. As she rails at him for ripping her own circle of relatives apart, Theo leaps to Millie's defense. Bobby gives to assist Lauren examine residences, however she assures him she's exceptional on her own. Floored with the aid of using the fees of rent, Lauren well-known shows she wishes to get a process fast. Audie gives to install a great phrase at Freshco. When she then gets some other textual content from the blackmailer worrying £200 or they may file her to the police. Lauren despairs. Showing Betsy the textual content, Lauren suspects Bobby is her blackmailer and it is his manner of looking to get towards her. Lauren resolves to name his bluff. Having planted a few faux cash, Lauren and Betsy wait. Liam and Jake be part of Gary and Mick for a day's paintings on the builder's yard. When Mick performs a prank on Liam, masking him in cement, Liam laughs along. Decided to be one of the lads, Gary and Maria meet Mick for a drink. In the Rovers, Ryan tentatively explains to Jenny that she's now not his boss and he is taking his orders from Carla now. Jenny's disenchanted. Glenda suggests a few prospective customers across the pub and tries to place them off. Ryan eyes her suspiciously. Craig tells Roy he has been provided some other placement with Sid. Carl calls on the lodge and unearths Debbie suffering to organize a marriage fair. He indicates she may want to do with a few assist. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.